NAMM 2023 is over, so it's time for me to bring you a recap of the best gear announced at the show, plus a little bonus that you're probably going to love to hate at the end of the video. But let's kick off with number 10. Honestly, if you're into gear and you haven't heard of this pedal, you probably should go on the internet more because it's absolutely everywhere. The Lizard Queen is a reimagining of something that never was, a 70s style octave fuzz. So there's a big box version available, or I should say was available, because they're bound to be sold out by now. There are only 1,000 pieces of this limited edition. Great way to market a pedal. But to us mere mortals, there is also the standard nano EHX size one, which is coming in at around $100. Is this going to change the world of guitar forever? No, but it's an octave fuzz pedal with a great story behind it, and it's a bit of fun, and it's fairly affordable. So I recommend checking one out if you can. Links in the video description. Number 9, Sterling by Music Man. The budget-friendly side of Music Man has brought us the St Vincent Goldie. Coming in at around $800, this more affordable version still has the 3 gold foil pickups, although I can't find out if they're the same gold foil pickups. Still has a 5-way blade selector switch like a Strat. It still has a roasted maple neck. It still has the same shaped body, but this time the body is made of Nayato instead of a Kume like on the full fat version. Also, the fretboard on this one is rosewood, whereas the original has ebony. A few years ago, I played the original Music Man St Vincent next to a Sterling St Vincent, and I'm sad to say there are quite a few differences, specifically in playability, setup, and sound. I was not that impressed by the Sterling by Music Man version, so I really hope that Ernie Ball have upped production quality, and this new one will be as good as it looks. I hope you're sitting down for this one, the Seymour Duncan HyperSwitch, a Bluetooth-enabled programmable pickup selector. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it, to be honest, because on the one hand, you've got this brand new innovation to the guitar world, which, once you've installed it, enables you to virtually rewire your pickup configuration without ever having to touch a soldering iron or install mini toggle switches, which could ruin your Aesthetics guitar and value. On the other hand, apps and guitars have not always paired well in the past, and if Seymour Duncan ever abandon this app, you've got what could be a useless switch in your guitar. So I'm a little bit skeptical, but I think it's worth it, because just yesterday, a friend who doesn't play guitar asked me what I do for a living, and I had to explain to him, and I explained what NAMM was and all these products, and he said, well, is there ever anything new in guitar? And it made me think. But then, because of this HyperSwitch, I could say, yes, this thing now exists. And although he didn't understand what I was talking about, this is the product that I demonstrated the innovation still happening within the guitar world. It's about $150, and I really, really hope to get my hands on one because I absolutely want/need to try it. Used by Hank Marvin and David Gilmour, and on the drums of John Bonham, an original Binson Echorec will set you back around $3,000. But now, T-Rex have finally released their recreation of the magnetic disc delay, and this will only set you back around $2,100. Yeah, it's expensive, and it doesn't even appeal to me that much, but I can see the benefit for the world of guitar, because it seems to be authentically recreated, yet with modern day build quality and with a warranty. So if you are one of those players that needs that sound, this could be the best option on the market. Engl captured my ears a few years ago when I played their Fireball 25, and I have it in the studio here very often. But now they've captured my eyes and my heart with their 40th anniversary Fireball 100, Fireball 25, and matching cabs. These extremely limited edition high-gain amps are bright red with a white racing stripe, and they chug and they sound fantastic. And now I probably won't ever own one, but I will think about owning one every time I see a photo or a video of one. As far as I know, internally they're exactly the same as a regular Fireball 25 and Fireball 100. It's just that these are red with a beautiful white racing stripe, and they're limited to 40. They're going to be collectible, and congratulations to Engl on 40 years of amplification. NAMM 2022 saw the release of the original Surfliner, which I think was really popular. It had these quirky little switches, these on-offs for the pickups. It was a new kind of offset shape. I tried one, I loved it. It punched well above its price point of around $400. But for a guitar called a Surfliner, it was weird that it didn't have a tremolo system. Well, Guild have fixed that problem now, because not only does this have HSS pickups and a roasted maple neck, it's got a trem system. Or as Guild call it, the GFVT, the Guild Floating Vibrato Tailpiece. However, they've got rid of those switches and they've put in a 5-way blade switch, which I think detracts from the coolness of the guitar. And it's got a humbucker at the bridge, which, as far as I know, you can't split the coils. So they still haven't released a perfect surf guitar. In at number 4 is not a guitar product, but it is innovative and it does enable us to do something cool with guitar. It's the Yamaha YH-500WL wireless headphones with a latency of 4 milliseconds. What that means is you can plug these headphones into any device with a headphone out and play along without any noticeable delay. And I think this is huge news, because if you have a wireless guitar unit, it now means you can play along with your amp or Capture X or Quad Cortex without any cables. I've seen pricing between around $350 and $500, but imagine what this can do for products in the future. Because if this is the first gen of headphones that does 4 milliseconds undetectable delay, in a few years we could have an all-in-one headphone pluggy thing, a bit like the Boss Wazacraft headphones, but not as limited, because you can use it with any device that has a headphone out. I've been using the Boss Wazacraft headphones for a while, and they're great, but they do have their shortcomings. So imagine what these new Yamaha headphones could do for your practice session, or for your recording sessions, or possibly even live use. I'm very excited at what the future holds for wireless headphones. Speaking of cables and things like that, getting sounds in and out of your computer has been getting more mainstream and more affordable every year. And every year, the quality seems to have risen. So in at number 3 on my best releases of NAMM 2023 is the AXI01 from IK Multimedia. It's coming in at around $150. It's got a combination jack and XLR in, so you can plug a guitar in or a microphone. It's got headphones out, it's got stereo out, it's got MIDI in and out, it's got reamping capabilities, and it's $150. It's also got a whole bunch of preamp options. It's bus powered from the USB of your computer, so you don't need an external power supply. I think the features of this are absolutely fantastic. The pricing is competitive, and I will have one in for review very, very soon. For number 2, let's go back to guitars, because Ibanez have released some absolute corkers this NAMM, but I'm only going to focus on one of them. It's not Joe Satriani's J.S. Paisley, as gorgeous as that is. It's not Steve Vai's Pia 77BON, as wild and wonderful as that is, and expensive. It's not even Larry Basilio's new model in white, although it is the same color as that. My favorite pick from Ibanez's new releases is the new Talman for 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏, the ICHI00VWH. I love Ibanez Talmans. They're one of those guitars that just fit into your body regardless if you're a big person or a small person. And they look like a Strat had a baby with a Jazzmaster and then dressed it up as a Telecaster. The Yvette Talman is a wonderful guitar, but I think its price point puts it just out of reach of the people it must appeal to most. Coming in at around $699, I can see a lot of people picking up this new Itchy signature and falling in love. Number 1, my favorite pick of NAMM 2023 takes me right back to the beginning of guitar for me. It's the Vox MV50 Brian May. Now, I've been playing a lot of budget line Vox amps recently, and each one has been pleasantly surprising. And now they've got Brian May's version, my original guitar hero. I'm quite excited. And they say they've done it in this new MV50, which has a built-in cat treble booster, and it can run at 4, 8, or 16 ohms. It's got a headphone out, and it seems super simple. It's even got a limited edition cab that matches the beautiful red finish. I'm going mainly on looks, but hearing Brian's video, it also sounds like Brian. But what I don't know is, do you need to have a red special or a Brian May guitar in order to sound like Brian May? I will let you know because I'm going to get one of these amps in for a full review and I'll put a bunch of guitars through it, including something in disgustingly low, deep down tuning to see what Brian May might sound like if he ever djented. I wonder if he gents. Okay, that's my top 10, but I promised you a bonus, which will be hated by most of you. You ready? It's this. The Instachord. Taking inspiration from the legendary Omnichord, this is kind of like somewhere between a child's toy and a keytar that Casio forgot to release in the 80s. But instead of having keys like a keyboard or strings like a guitar, it's got buttons that you press with your left hand and buttons that you strum with your right hand. And what's more, it's now available on Kickstarter. I'd love to know what you think of my top 10, so let me know in the comments if you would have picked totally different things or chosen the same things of me but just in a different order, and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Bye-bye!